Hello there, Virgo. Thank you for stopping by for your video tarot forecast for the week of March 14th through the 20th. What we have coming up for you, Virgos, on Monday is we have the Two of Cups showing up in reverse. And the Two of Cups in reverse is just telling me that you have some kind of relationship in your life that's going backwards instead of forwards. For many of you, this will be a romantic relationship, but that's not going to be true for all of you. For some of you, this will fall into categories of family, friendship, or business relationships that are going in reverse instead of forwards on Monday. What I'm hearing is for most of you Virgos that this is just a temporary setback. This isn't anything to get stressed out about. It feels to me like whatever is happening here on Monday is a catalyst that needed to happen so that you and this other person can get some things up on the table and really be honest about what your expectations are going forward. So really a catalyst for something good to help improve the relationship, but I do see it is a setback. It's going backwards instead of forwards at first until you get it resolved. Do feel like it'll be resolved. Feel like it's very temporary and light for most of you. So Tuesday, Four of Swords showing up for me, Virgo, for you guys. This is just telling me you're doing something in a different location than you normally would. So this could be if you work from home normally, this might be having to go into the office or vice versa. Maybe you normally work at the office and you get to work from home. This can be taking your child to a different daycare. This can be checking out a new restaurant. This can be a lot of different things, but it's just a different geographic location than normal. Now, the other way that this can come up too is a little bit harder to identify, but this can be that you have a drastic change in the way you think about a certain situation or a certain person in your life too. So instead of a different geographic location, this is more like coming from a completely different perspective about some certain topic or some certain person in your life. It can also manifest that way. I feel like for some of you it will be manifesting that way, although for the majority it is talking about a different geographic location. Now, on Wednesday, what we have showing up is we have the Trickster. This is actually the Magician in reverse. I wish these cards were, this is Amista in Fantasyland. I wish these cards were set up so that whenever they come up in reverse, they would just kind of automatically know that they're in reverse. And instead of saying the Magician upside down, it would say the Trickster, and you could just read it right side up. And a lot of these cards, I wish that the reverse title would come up with them reversed. I just think it would be cool. It's a Hogwarts type thing. It would just be fun. So anyway, the Magician in reverse. This means that on Wednesday you have some kind of trickster showing up in your life. This can be anything from a practical joker all the way up to the con man that wants to take all of grandma's savings from her. You just want to be careful, you know, don't make any big purchases. Don't be signing any big contracts with people that you don't know very well. You know, if this is somebody that you've signed a contract with before and you know them and you trust them, you know that they're not tricksters, then go ahead and, you know, sign a new contract. Like maybe if your lease is coming up and you have to sign a new contract or something like that, where you've been in that relationship for a while and you know what they're like. But if this is something new, I would be careful and leery, and I would just ask, you know, well, can we put this off till tomorrow? Usually it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out about something. And a lot of times when you have a trickster that wants you to get committed to something, they want you to get committed right now. They don't want to waste a lot of time playing, because if you're not going to get committed right now, they can move on and find somebody else that will get committed right now, and they can take advantage of that person much more easily than spending the time taking advantage of you. So stalling is a lot of times a good tactic for these people. It's not always the cure-all, but it helps. So anyway, just be careful about getting into any serious agreements on Wednesday. You want to procrastinate on those as much as you can. Light things that don't mean that much and aren't going to cost that much if you're wrong about how they'll work out are fine. Thursday, Screensaver coming up. Okay. Thursday, you have the Knight of Swords showing up. So Virgo's the Knight of Swords just means that you're taking some kind of action on Thursday, and this is dramatic action, and it has to do with standing up for or defending something that you actually believe in. And it's amazing. I don't get the Knight of Swords right side up very often for these general reads normally. But this week, this is like the 4th time I think already, and I've only made 6 videos so far, that this has shown up. So this is a week of action for almost everybody. So that's really interesting, but it is some kind of action that you're taking in defense of or to stand up for something that you care about or that you feel is right. All right, so on Friday, what we have showing up here is we have the King of Swords in reverse. And the King of Swords in reverse is just saying that there's somebody that you're interacting with on Friday. King of Swords, a lot of times I think of somebody that's a supervisor, somebody who does have some kind of authority. But I usually put him at work just because he's such a great businessman. He doesn't really have to be from work. He can be somebody in your family as well, but somebody with some authority. And when I see him come up in reverse, what's going on is he's feeling kind of moody. This is someone you want to stay away from and avoid a little bit. He's feeling kind of moody. King of Swords guys feeling kind of moody are bad news. Some of the other kings feeling kind of moody, yeah, that's not so pleasant. King of Swords feeling moody, bad news. And the reason I say that is because King of Swords type people, and this can be, you know, female or male. This is a general reading. We're not going to pin down gender here. But King of Swords people, normally, Swords people in general tend to suppress their emotions. They focus a lot more on what they feel and logic than they do on, did I say what they feel? They focus on what they think and logic a lot more than they do on what they feel. And they really will kind of push emotions away as they're making any kind of decisions. They'll sort of suppress those because they want to make the best decisions possible, and they feel like to do that, they want to use logic. So when a King of Swords type personality starts feeling emotional, they are, number one, feeling emotional, which is weird to them. It throws them off. They're not used to their emotions coming into the driver's seat. And it actually triggers the second reaction in them. So they feel doubly emotional because now not only are they feeling emotional, but they're feeling emotional about feeling emotional. That kind of scares them. It makes them uncomfortable. So that's why I say King of Swords in reverse. When he's moody, stay away from him. He kind of doesn't know how to handle those kinds of emotions. He doesn't know how to handle being driven by emotions, and he doesn't really know how to release emotions because he normally just doesn't acknowledge them at all. So what he's doing with his emotions is he's kind of freaking out and he's getting them out of his system as fast as he can. It's like somebody who just bit into something that tastes absolutely terrible and they're spitting, just trying to get rid of it. And they're so desperate to spit this out that they're just spitting wherever stuff lands. This is the King of Swords when he's feeling emotional. He is spitting out these nasty emotions wherever he can to get them out of his system, which means you may be the recipient of some really sharp words. And you really might not have done anything to deserve that. So definitely, like I said, this is somebody that you want to avoid, but I do see you having an interaction with this person on Friday. Okay, so enough time on that one poor little card. Let's move on to Saturday. We've got the Six of Swords showing up on Saturday. This is telling me that you're making good progress on moving away from something that's had a negative influence on you or in your life. Now, many times this is a person that has a negative influence, but it doesn't have to be. This can be anything else that can have a negative influence. If you had an addiction and you're moving away from an addiction, this would show good progress in getting away from that and doing things to heal yourself up and make yourself less susceptible to falling prey to that addiction again. So this is just talking about moving away from some negative influence in your life. At this point, when this card shows up on Saturday, you don't know really what the new normal is going to look like yet, but you do know that at least you're making progress getting away from the old normal, which wasn't really working for you. That's a good card to have come up. Now, looking at Sunday, what we have showing up is the Four of Cups. And so Virgos, with the Four of Cups, this is the pity party card. And I hate to see it come in. So you have free will. You can change anything here. You can change this whole thing about a pity party. But it looks like Sunday you are having a pity party for yourself. You're throwing it big is what I'm hearing. Inviting as many people as you can, trying to get as much sympathy as you can, and really just riding that wave. You don't want to ride that wave, guys. It makes you feel terrible. I know it feels really justified to have a pity party when we're feeling like the martyr or like we've really made it through something that was big and awful. But honestly, soaking around in that kind of juice is not good for us. So if you feel a pity party coming on, if you can, try to do a course correct. Try to start focusing on those positive opportunities that are still available to you in spite of whatever it is that's happened that's triggered this pity party. Focus on those positive ways that you can move forward and start doing that. You'll feel much better if you do that. Trust me, I've done both ways. I know. All right, so anyway, Virgos, that is your week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support. Everyone have a fantastic week. I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out.